And I
Is
think
it
we're
working?
on. Is it working? I think we're on. I hope we are, and I'm gonna bring this nice and close. Hello.
Nice and close to your nose.
To my nose? Why my nose? What?
Oh, because it rhymes.
You're
Hey,
weird.
mine
Anyway,
is seriously
hello
lagging, but
everybody,
we're on.
and welcome to
Hello.
tonight's episode stream of the Crimson Slums. We are down one player at the moment, but hopefully they'll arrive in the nick of time before Tobias, or aka Tosher, does anything stupid, which I know he will. I love my players.
You don't trust me.
No, I don't.
I don't feel the trust.
Yeah. Should I trust you, though? That's the biggest question, I think.
Of course you should.
No! I never trust you.
You should always trust me, because
Never trust
everything I
him.
say is true, and I
No.
never do anything stupid.
Never trust him. He's very tired today, so I have
Yeah.
told him that if he falls asleep during the stream, I will have a donkey that comes and eats his character
No,
in one bite.
You can't do that, because donkeys are divine.
No, they're not. Not in my world.
Yes, they are.
They
always
love meat. Ow. You're a dead kid.
donkey.
Okay, cool.
Oh no.
So, question is, do we want to do a quick recap, or a recap, or a in-character recap? What do we want?
I think it's the two others that should do the recap this time.
Yeah, yeah, maybe
I,
not
Oh,
Tasha.
I seriously have to do something with my camera, because I look like a ghost.
Yeah, but you are a ghost, so we know that. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Question
that
is
too.
if you want to this time, Em. If you don't, then that's
Sure,
fine.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
I can see if I can remember.
Yes.
Okay. So, first episode, we woke up in our little shanty, and it was cold and damp and dank. Just kidding. I'm so
For all
sorry.
you kids out
I
there.
apologize for my actions.
Okay,
and I
boomer.
understand if you kick me off the show. Then we decided that we were tired of being cold and starving, and we were gonna go rob the butcher shop and hopefully go pin the robbery and potential arson on another urchin gang. So we sent off this little poor girl that we found to go grab one of their bandanas, basically.
Scarves.
And
Yeah.
we came back. What was it?
Scarf.
Yeah.
Got the scarf. Bandana. Yeah.
Scarf, bandana, same thing.
Hmm.
And she came back to us after we were done stealing a bunch of jerky and sausages and setting the place on fire, and a
Oops.
little coin purse that Lana found to find this little girl with a huge head wound, bleeding, that Grin kind of helped stop the bleeding. But she had the scarf, and she was in really rough states. And most of us ran off from there, except for somebody got caught by the guard and started talking to them. Tosher. And so maybe a little bit of blame, but so far so good with the guard, I think. Anyway, we'll see. And then after that we slept again, and in the morning we were trying to do some recruitment for our new gang, trying to gain some friends, some allies, and that was not going well at all. Nobody wanted to join us, and we
Because
met
you were
this
talking
really-
to 5-year-olds.
Hey, that's who we had to talk to. Didn't see you do any better.
It was a good plan.
Good plan, poor execution. And we met this really cool big lady. I forget her name.
Thelma.
Thelma. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Thelma. And she invited us to sleep and eat at her place, which is where we are now, with a bunch of other orphalins, urchins.
Ooh.
And
Alright.
she said to eat your veggies and promptly handed me an apple.
Oh yeah, she did. Oh yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Good recap. Thank you. And also from chat, I don't remember exactly who it was, but some nice person in chat gave you chat inspiration, which means that you add +1 to whatever roll
nice.
you may make here. And yeah, I think that was a really good recap, so I am going to head on straight into it with these fellows, and we'll see if they do something crazy. I mean, it's a role-playing game.
always.
Everybody does. They set a place on fire on the first episode. That's just, basic role-playing gig.
We
All
love
right.
the chaos.
Yes.
So now we're just gonna sit in the corner and sort socks the whole game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why?
fun.
No.
We're
The
in
sock
prison.
needs sorting.
Oh, really? Do you have
Yeah.
socks? That's the question.
I think so.
Not you. All right. Cool. So we start with it. I think we said that it was starting to become later afternoon. I think we said.
We went into the house, and I was the first person going in to the room,
Yes, you were. That is very true. So I'm gonna replace.
if I remember correctly.
Yes, I think you actually did. So, you guys step inside after Thelma, and you are welcomed into this really nice, and it is. Oh, hey Denise. Let's see. Yeah, so you come into this very nice atmosphere. There are lanterns and candles. There is just this. Well, I mean, there is a roof above your head, and it's not leaking, from what you can see at the moment. And there are beds, rows of beds that just line up in this big room that you come into, and you see just that there are places where people sleep here that are like for themselves, and it's not just like a hay bed or something like that. It is actually a slab of wooden slab or something, and then they have like basically, what do you call those, mattresses? Yeah.
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 That because. Oh, sorry. No, I just got a thing in my throat.
yeah, that's what we call it. All right, yeah. So, not the daily, today's mattresses, but whatever. You guys get it. It's medieval. Just think about
Yeah.
that. And
Hay stuffed sack.
yes, and you do see there are actually some people sleeping in the beds. It seems like most of them are empty. But it does look
It's the middle of the
occupied.
day.
Yes, but there are two little kids, or teenagers, very hard to tell, but that are staying
Maybe
there.
still napping age.
Napping
No,
age.
they're not, which is strange.
Oh.
So, don't know what these guys are, but whatever. And
The
you,
plague.
it's the plague. Yes, it's the plague.
It's the plague.
You're welcome.
Oh God.
I introduced you to
No.
death.
No.
No. Yeah, so she steps in, and then she stands and just shows you in. All right, you're welcome to take a look around, and you guys, if you're hungry, anything like that, I'm sure that our friend Gary has it prepared for you. Yeah, just take a look around, and I'll get out of your hair. if you want me to. Otherwise, I can stay. I mean, I can always talk to you if you want to. But I don't have to. Some people actually do say that I do go on. Yeah, Gary. And she walks away into another
Oh
room.
gosh.
Grin, I will place myself in the middle of the room besides the beds, and then I will make an, what do you call it, overpass or over all, looking through the beds and seeing what kind of characters are lying there.
Okay.
Or kids.
Mm-hmm. So what is it that you want to surveil, kind of thing?
I want to survey is if there are any potential threats. If they are awake, spying on us or something like that, or if they are just sleeping.
All right. Yeah, like you see on the map, there are 2 figures that are kind of semi like hiding in a blanket, basically. And well, one of them has their back towards you, so you can't really tell from a distance. But the other one, you do notice is a little bit of, you know, looking but not
Peeking.
looking. Yeah, peeking. And that's a older girl, I would say, probably in her 15, 16-year-old, something like that. So teenager.
Ancient.
So ancient, yes. And that is accurate,
A mere
actually.
5 years older than me, but
Yes,
ancient.
ancient. Yes.
Well, other than those 2, there's no other people in the room.
Not in the room that you are currently in, no. But you do see, if you take a few steps in, you do notice that there is a kitchen area or, you know, a serving area or some sort.
Mm.
And there is one adult that's pretty, just slobbering some food.
Slobbering food?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, eating.
Mm.
Viciously.
I want to look at what kind of food options we got.
Okay, yeah, you step in and oh my gosh. If you thought that the butchery smelled good, like the one where you just took all of the sausages and salted pork and all of that, if you thought that was good, this smells amazing. It's just a mix match of different kinds of food. There is like potatoes, mashed potatoes basically, or stumped. I don't remember what that's called.
Mashed.
Exactly. Is it mashed? Thank you
Yeah.
for the follow, July 241. Aha! I got that one. That was not
Oh,
hard
yeah.
for me. Thank you. Welcome and thank you for the follow. The map that we're using is in Foundry. I'll write it here. Foundry. And the game we're playing is in Fate Core. It's not D&D. So, but we didn't have an option in Twitch. So, so a
Oh, you
little bit
can
of
see my mouse,
false
that's funny.
marketing. I'm
False
sorry.
advertising.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so you step in there. There is a lot of potatoes in different, yeah, no worries, different bowls and such. You also notice that there are like these cups or tillbringare. Vad fan heter det?
Carafe? No. Pitcher.
Pitchers.
pitcher.
Yeah,
Oh,
pitcher.
yeah. Craft pitcher.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool. That have like these creamy sauces in them. You've just never tasted those, so there's something saucy in there. And you also yeah, and there are different kinds of meat. Like you guys sure, you destroyed one butchery, but there is a lot of different butcher shops and such in Levent.
Do
the
we
city.
know? We didn't even go back to look at the place, right? We don't even know if it's still standing.
You don't
No.
know if it's standing. You don't know if you burn it to the ground. You don't know if you killed someone.
Oh gosh.
And
I'm-
Tarsha doesn't care.
Grin cares, but he doesn't. He is a little frightened of what he has done.
A
The
little.
morals.
Yep. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
so there is just a smorgasbord of things out there, and bread. There's bread and butter.
Grin goes to the bread and butter, takes a piece of the bread.
Yeah.
And then he goes to a corner of the room where the table is, and stands watching.
Okay. Yeah. Do
With
you want to show me
curious.
on the map where you're going?
Yep, I will place. Beep, 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 beep.
Okay. Yeah. You take
Or-
the bread. Yep.
I think I'm more like that.
Oh,
and-
next to Thelma. Okay.
Oh yeah, next to Thelma.
Yeah. Well, she's very tiny, but she is really big. So her token
but-
is really small. Yep.
Tasher, once everyone starts like moving around, he takes a moment to kind of not reassess, but rearrange himself. So before, when they were out in the city or among the casuals, he had like his big oversized natty ass coat around him. But now he kind of opens it up and he kind of puts like the big ass meat cleaver that he stole from the butcher shop. So he puts that on display so that everyone can see it hanging under his arm,
Okay. Yeah.
and his like belt of tiny shivs. It kind of takes a moment to make himself look presentable, so to speak.
Yeah. Presentable to a bunch of brutes, basically.
Yeah, he's he may be the tiniest kid here, but he's determined to be the biggest badass.
Oh yeah. Yeah. R.O.
Eh,
badness.
Yeah, kind of runs his fingers through his greasy hair and
Yeah.
like, okay, squares himself up before he follows. He doesn't follow the others into the kitchen, but he's walks around the what's it called? The empty beds.
Okay. Yeah. The lines of beds. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, put him there. Do all the beds look, even if there's no one sleeping in them, do they look like owned or?
I would say no, not all of them. Most of them at the top here, at the far end of the room, yes, they do seem to be owned. Because you can see that it hasn't been rearranged and fixed quite yet. And also the bags that you see on the map are not there.
Okay.
Yeah, couldn't remove them just like that, but they're not there. So, yeah. So that's kind of an indicator. And yeah, and if you look into the bags of the empty beds, you notice just empty satchels and, yeah, different stuff where you can throw stuff in.
Oh, he kind of walks up to the let's see, this one.
All right.
That bed, and in true like prison rules fashion, sits down on it and kind of makes it. This is my bed now. I don't care if anyone else sleeps here.
Okay. Yeah.
And like secretly, he kind of hopes that whoever owns it will come in and see him sitting there, so he can put that person in his place and
Okay.
assert some dominance.
Oh goodness.
All right. Yeah. I'm a dog and I'm gonna pee a circle around me.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's basically what
Oh,
they do,
God.
right?
Street
I've
rules,
never,
baby.
I've never owned a dog. Is that obvious?
He circle.
Dogs pee circles. That's what I learned. uh, anyway,
Sorry.
anyway, you do that, and the person sleeping in the bed right next to you is pretty big. Is kind of like a grin size. So a little bit of an older teenager, a guy.
Yeah.
So and yeah, he is sleeping, like kind of heavy breathing and stuff like that. So seems like this guy is dunked out basically, and the person that was kind of like keeping an
Geeking.
eye on you, yeah. She looks at you when you approach, and she kind of just takes the blankets and just ties them tighter to her a little bit, and kind of looks like at you a little bit questioning, like as if you're about to talk to her or something. But when you sit down next to her, she just lifts up her head and just looks at you, and then when she realizes that, yeah, this guy might not want to, I might not want to have a problem with this dude, she kind of just lies back down and just, accepts it. Grin, when you pick up the bread and start munching on that, nobody cares. Nobody cares that you that you did that. Nobody flinches or bats an eye at it at all. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, the guy that was sitting.
Nobody
by
noticing me.
Yeah, the guy by the table.
So stealthy.
Still eating, just like you. For you guys who are like me that do not like sound food noises, yeah, this guy does the food noises. So.
Oh, you mean
Yeah. That.
Yeah. Smacky, smacky.
Yeah,
Smacky,
the
smacky.
smackety, and the. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, I stand there, just taking a piece of bread and put it in my mouth and just chewing on it silently, and staring at every person, trying to look in detail how they sit, how they act when my friends eat their food, and when they move around.
All right. Nomi, by the way, she follows and snags some bread as well. She doesn't seem to have the stomach to, well...
He's brooding.
Yeah, a little bit brooding and very wary, basically.
I'm not. I'm sitting at the table pouring the gravy all
yes.
over my plate.
Oh, yes. It's just swimming in gravy.
And I'm putting little skips down and letting him like lick up the gravy.
Oh, yeah.
Like just stuffing myself.
You may gift that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have any vegetables? I heard those were good.
Yeah, as soon as you speak, Thelma seems to be like discussing something through the door to into the storage area, basically, and talks to another guy. And yeah, when she hears you speak, she just turns her head a little bit and just, yeah, of course, you'll find it on the tables. Should be there if that guy hasn't eaten at all.
Like trying to figure out which ones are vegetables. Like,
Yeah, I think this is meat. And this is... I'll just eat it.
Okay, you pick up something that looks like leaves, kind of.
Oh man.
It's green.
I don't like,
Like-
green stuff.
Yeah, it's green and
Is this to be
folded and
eaten?
stuff.
This looks like it needs to go in the trash.
Oh, that? Yeah, that's fine. It's kale. Some people like it, some people don't.
Sniff. Blech. This makes you big.
Well, I mean, in combination with meats and stuff, yeah.
Put it on top of a piece of meat.
Yeah.
And then like tries to eat it together.
Okay, you do that, and oh my gosh, it's like, what the hell? How can anything taste this good? Like you have salt, you have all of the different. I am not a food blogger, so I will not give a super fancy description here, but it is amazing the different kinds of tastes that you get. So when you just have it on your tongue a little bit, you get some of the flavor, but when you start eating, you just feel like, oh my gosh, it's kind of overwhelming. And the bread, for instance, it's not 100% fresh, but it is not stale like you're used to. It's not.
She like never says this, but she just like exclaims out loud, "Thank the Wanderer." And just like, like gobbles it up, puts more kale on her plate and mixes it with like the meat and the gravy and everything, and just like,
Yep.
I love vegetables.
That no kid ever.
Yeah.
Medieval kids might have.
Uh. Well, while the other are gorging themselves on gluttonous food items, Tasha kind of bounces on the bed a little bit, being somewhat content, but at the same time he's kind of disappointed that no one's trying to challenge him yet. So he takes out the big meat cleaver that he stole, and
Thunk.
kind
Against the
of
wooden board.
yeah, kind of marking this bed as his.
Like
Yeah, like smacks it into the wall or something, so it hangs over the bed. Or
You don't have the. You're not that strong. You can't do it. You're like.
Okay.
Just like boom. It slides down.
He jumps up on the bed and using gravity, he tries to slam it into the table instead, so it sticks. Because looks like there's a table there.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Make me a. Let's see what that's called. I think it's physics, I would say. Not physics. What's it? Physique.
yeah, physics.
Yeah, physique. So make me one of those rolls, and we'll see how it goes for you.
And I got a 0, I think.
It is not as spectacular as you would think, but I mean, you lift it up and you try to lift it over your shoulder, but after a while, it's just like. So it lands on the table and boom.
Oh, yeah. He kind of grunts. But I try to be cool at least. And then he kind of looks around the room again, seeing that nothing's really changed. satisfied that he's marked his territory, he kind of exaggerated saunter. He walks over to the kitchen to grab something to eat.
All right.
You
Um,
see Lana's face is just like covered in gravy and kale and meat.
You're seeing Grin eating on his bread, staring with his grin look.
You want
Uh,
some? It's really good. It's so good. Oh my god.
he walks up next to Lana to. He grabs, compared to her, a tiny bit of food, and kind of looks at her. You're gonna have a stomach ache if you keep mushing your face like that.
It's gonna feel so good. Mmm.
No, don't blame me when you spend all night puking.
I don't care.
He takes like a tiny, normal sized piece of bread and dips it in the gravy and start munches on it, while he sneakily takes more pieces of bread and puts them in his pockets.
Oh yeah. Nobody reacts.
And then he kind of like walks around the kitchen area.
Yeah. If you pass the guy kind of close,
Yeah.
he actually stops his mouth noises and then just looks back at you.
Hmm.
And then when he
Yeah.
sees that you're just passing, then he just shrugs and starts eating again.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a person here.
This guy.
well, you took a pause from stuffing your face long enough to notice that there are other people in the world.
Gosh.
Or did you say that to him?
What?
Did you
Did I
say
say
that
what?
to him?
No,
No.
Oh,
I-
okay.
no.
it was more
That-
that Lana
Yeah.
had that reaction.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Finally take a minute to breathe. Oh. Hey. What are you here for? Are you here just to eat like this? This is pretty good reason to be here.
I guess.
I guess. Wow. Moody.
So how long have you been here then?
Just now.
Just now. Sweet.
Are you in a gang?
Well, I mean, I work here, so yeah, sure.
Oh, wow. That sounds really boring.
Boring. Why would it be boring? It's fucking awesome, actually. I get to punch a bunch of stupid assholes.
Ooh, you get to punch people?
Yeah. Just knock them around a little bit, when they get stupid. It's pretty fun.
So when you say work, does that mean you get paid to punch people?
Yeah, you bet I do.
Wow. I look around. Do I see Grin?
I'm standing almost behind him, eating
Grin!
eating my bread.
Do you hear this guy?
Mm.
He says he gets paid to punch people, dude. You should steal his job.
Mm. He's standing there, silent, observing, not liking the situation at all.
Trying to look cooler than he is.
Yeah,
I'm super cool. I'm so cool.
Notice me!
Oh my god, that is so me.
I'm edgelording in the corner.
Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me.
Don't listen to him. He's real scary and he's good at punching people. He would probably do better than you and your job.
and
Oh,
he
so
nods.
you like punching shit.
Mm-hmm. He's really strong.
And you notice that Grin takes one step towards him, and then he just takes the breads and throws it to the table. Yeah, I'm strong. And you?
I'm alright.
Tasha kind of leans in towards this new guy. He's also stupid.
I heard that, Tosher.
Yeah, that's usually what, fancy folk always say about strong people. But, in the end, it's the strong people that win. Right? He looks at Grin and smiles.
I smile back with my double mouth type of look, like trying to smile with my disfigured chin,
Yeah.
like yeah.
Tasha's gonna do something that's probably stupid, but anyway, since he made that little comment, that did not sit well with Tasha. So while Mr. New Guy, that we don't have either a face or a name for yet.
Yeah, he has a really large, thick beard that goes down here. I would say, like, if you would categorize him into any sort of gang nowadays, it would be a motorcycle gang, 100%.
When he's looking and talking to Grin, Tasha kind of takes out one of his shivs, and he leans in again like he's going to do the theatrical whisper thing again. But then he takes the point of the shiv and just gently rests it right behind this guy's ear. The little soft spot you have between your jawbone and the skull.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
And then, sorry. And he replies with, well, if you're strong and stupid... I'm trying to translate it from Swedish in my head. It's not working because I'm a bit too tired.
You can always say it in Swedish, and I can always translate it or something.
No, wait a second. It's coming to me. I'm just slow today.
I want to hear the Swedish. Let's hear the Swedish.
Oh.
No.
Passa dig noga, grabben.
it.
Sounded intimidating.
Liten och smart slår stor och snabb.
Little
Like
little and
tiny and smart always beats big and brawny.
yes, good.
Ah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't. He has a threatening tone to his voice, but it's kind of hard to describe. It's threatening, but it's also like jovial and kind of jokey at the same time.
Suave.
Yeah, more or less. And he just places the dagger, the shiv, next to his ear. He doesn't push it or do anything. It's just like a punctuation to his punchline, so to speak.
Behind
So-
you hear sudden, just like ha ha ha. Seems like you're getting yourself some competition there, Gray. And the man is just like, yeah, I've met many of your type before, so do what you want to do in that case. And he just lets it poke a little bit further in.
Ooh. Ah.
Ooh. He takes
tough
the
guy.
pain.
Tasha kind of like little sniggers and flicks the shiv back into his hand and puts it back in his belt, and does the little, trying to be older than he is, pat on his shoulder, because that's what he's seen adults do when they're trying to be nice. They kind of pats him on the shoulder and just sniggers and takes a tiny bit of food from his plate and
Oh,
stuffs it
real
into his
power
mouth.
move.
Yeah, and then he walks over towards the other round table and sits down on one of the chairs that's with the back towards the wall.
Okay, I would say Grin and Lana, you would definitely notice that this guy is getting on Gray's nerves. He
I
is
was,
not enjoying it.
I can feel the tension from my side.
Oh yeah.
So I'm, instead of making it worse by stepping more further, I'm backing up a little bit, taking my bread, and try to take a second loaf and try to break it up and like eat it, stuff my face.
Yes. Yeah, you do. Yep.
And just I'm not there.
And fade away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Lana just starts to like lower down and like goes under the table.
Yeah, and Thelma steps into the room a little bit, and you hear her heavy footsteps against the creaking
Floorboards.
floorboards, and she just. All right, so we got a tough guy on our hands. Well, I kind of like that. What's your names? You didn't give me your names. I still want to know your names.
Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Bless you. You.
That is bless
Oh.
you.
Tasha leans back in the chair and like puts his feet up on the table, which probably would have had a better effect had he not been like 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
So he like he has a weird angle, but he thinks he looks cool anyway.
Of course.
And he looks over towards the embarrassed cloud of silence that starts to envelop the other guys. And he points towards Grin, and he calls himself Grin, and she's Lana, and that's Nomi.
All right.
Kind of to again assert his dominance a little bit.
I nod with confirmation
Hmm.
when he says my name.
It's like,
Oh, sweetie, it's no worries. This is just how it goes. You get on Gray's bad side, then he's gonna scold you, maybe. I don't know. He's a little bit grumpy, but, whatever. And she just pats him on the back, just, like, really hard, and he's just
oh goodness.
just like... But he's a good fellow, so... Don't let his facade scare you.
I start like taking the extra stuff off my plate and stuffing it in my pockets.
Yeah, I'm for insurance. I'm doing the same with the bread. Taking some bread in my pockets, like, okay, Tosha is going to fuck this up. I'm gonna have some bread with me for security reasons.
I feel a distinct lack of love here. I don't
Oh, you
really know why.
No, we
No,
love you.
just
It's not that.
trust.
It's more.
We just hate you.
More like we don't know what they're gonna do. That's the problem.
Of course. Yeah, that's it.
All right, so tell me your stories. So, obviously, you guys were trying to do something. What are you trying to do? Don't have to tell me. Just, just making conversation. And she sits down. She sits down with the chair back, turned around, and she leans up against it and leans towards you, Tosher. But she does speak to the rest of you as well.
He kind of puts on his innocent looking
I'm a nice boy.
yeah, little puppy dog eyes. We've never done nothing. And he grins up at her and we're good kids. And he kind of starts playing with one of his sharpened glass ships.
Wow. Quite the dichotomy there.
Yeah. The dichotomy of man.
I mean, we do need a lot of good kids. We do. So maybe you fit in right as rain. I hope you do. And as she says that, you guys can hear in the distance, because of the closed windows and stuff, you do hear the sounding of the bells, marking the end of the day in Levent, which means that the markets are emptying of people.
Oh,
Well,
this was a good day,
What
I
do you-
say. We have now a roof over our heads. I have a purple new shirt.
Yeah, right, your new shirt.
Oh, it's new.
We have
Why is there a riff in it? Oh, you were running from the crown. Yeah. Done that. It's pretty fun.
pretty fun. Yeah, it's fun to run and be
riff?
fast.
What riff?
Yeah. You did have a seam that was not properly closed, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you notice it, and you're like, oh.
That cheap merchant.
But she gave it to you for free.
Yeah, I know. Just place
Yeah, but not me.
it. No.
Not you. No. All right. Yeah, we can fix that. Don't worry.
You have clothes.
Yeah. It's kind of included in this arrangement.
What kind of clothes? Is it more like these shirts that I have that are purple?
Yeah.
In these colors?
Sure, little buddy. Sure. Could be. Depends on, if you guys would want to work with, or for me, or with me. Then yeah, it might be so that you even, I don't know, get to wear dresses if you're a woman. And she looks over at you, Lana and Nomi. You don't have to, of course, but we do have some clients where we have to send you up to River View, and then you have to dress appropriately. So it's pretty nice.
I don't care about that.
Where,
Oh,
I
where
just don't
is-
want this gross one.
You just don't want that one. Yeah, well, we can fix that. Don't worry.
I walk towards Tosher.
Yeah?
And in the corner, like this. Tosher,
You can kind of
what is this river place she's talking about?
from his awkward, lean back, semi cool stance. He looks up at Grin. Yeah. He you can see in his face that he bites back a rather scathing insult that he decides not to say. But if you know him, you really see him trying hard to be nice this time.
Yeah.
And you really are a backwards person, aren't you? It's the fancy place up on the other side of the city.
We haven't been there. Why haven't we been there?
He like kind of looks over grin from head to toe. Have you seen yourself?
And that's not an insult.
Woof.
Damn, son.
For him, that's being nice.
That is true. That is very true.
Grin looks.
Speak for yourself, Tosher.
Little Miss Grease face.
Hmm.
I think I look quite dashing with this new shirt that you put mud on. Just to make it-
He is kind of snorts to him. You think someone like you could just waltz in there? They're gonna kick your ass.
Why not?
Not necessarily. It's all about appearances. That's what matters for to rich people. And that's what you'll
Not if
find
you're
up there.
sneaky. I could sneak
Well,
in.
I wouldn't recommend it, little friend.
I'm really good at hiding, though. Like, really good.
Yeah.
Do you need people that are sneaky?
I mean, we do. Yeah. What are you guys good at, actually? If I...
Well, no one's gonna catch her. Look at how greasy she is. She's just gonna slip out of their hands.
That is very
Hey,
true.
hey, you're right. Maybe I should just stay this way.
Or maybe you should take some more.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah, just help yourself. You should really
Puts
eat
her
it right
hands in the
before.
gravy
Yeah.
and just is like,
You notice that when you do that, she's like, "Oh no," and then she's like, "Oh yeah, it's children. Oh yeah."
starts bathing in the gravy.
Okay, so other than art projects, what are you guys good at? Like, do you do anything in particular that's like your, I don't know,
I steal stuff.
you steal stuff? That's good.
I have fought for food. That's the only thing I know I'm good at.
Fought for food. Okay, what does that mean? Using these
Yeah.
or using this? Talking.
He shows his hands and he shows his scars a little bit on his face,
Right?
and not his disfigured scar that he got it from birth, but his more scars that he's have gotten from fights.
Right?
I know
Lana will
he's
stand up and show her belt.
See this? It's a pretty shiny belt. I stole it. Well, Grin helped me, but I got it.
Well, you know, you gotta help each other. That's really important to me, at least. That's what we do. Here we are a family. That's how it is. If you decide to stay with us, well, that means that you're part of a family, and we take care of each other. So we got each other's backs. That's the main importance, I would say.
okay. Thelma, and you see that Grin gets a little bit cold-hearted. His
Okay.
face just becomes a little bit more.
Yep.
He bites his tongue a little bit, but he just says, "If you're a family,
Yep.
what kind of work do your family do?
What we do?
He said that you fight. He fights.
He fights. Yeah.
Does everybody fight?
No. It's very It all depends on what you're good at. Like, for instance, I would say that I'm pretty good at talking. I hope I am, at least it feels like I am. But and then you have some people that are good at fighting, some people who are good at talking to certain people, like the guys that look down on Stonelake and stuff like that. Yeah, you have those as well. And yeah, you have so what it means to work for us, you mean?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Like I said, we're gonna find something that you guys are good at that we can send you to a place and work. And in return, you guys get all of the food that we have. You get fresh clothes. You get to take baths.
What?
Yes, baths. That's when you
What is-
wash
what-
yourself.
Isn't the rain clean enough?
It is, but sometimes there is something called soap. Do you know what that is? It smells really good. It's basically just flowers that have been mashed together and put in something. I don't know what, but something. And
Can
Do you know
eat
what
it?
she's talking
No.
about?
don't eat it.
Don't stick it in your face.
Yeah, don't eat it because you're gonna fart bubbles. I think. I've heard it's pretty fun.
Ugh,
Pull a prank on
gross.
somebody.
Fart
that doesn't
bubbles.
sound very
Yeah.
nice.
Fart bubbles.
I could see Tosha fart bubbles.
Yeah, he glares up at Grin
That'd be
and
funny.
it's a kind of not menacingly, but just to hammer home an unsaid point. He kind of holds the shiv that he's been playing with in his hand and just kind of gently lowers the point towards Grin.
And I start laughing even harder.
It'd be funny, Tosher. Come on.
It would be
Well, you need a bath.
hilarious.
And he looks over to Lana. If you're greasy as a pig.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of look like one too.
At least I don't fart like one.
Oh yeah.
Not yet. Like all the green stuff you eat is gonna rot your stomach. Then
What?
you're gonna just keep farting.
Nuh-uh. I'm gonna be bigger than you because I'm eating it.
You're gonna be fat, and then we're gonna eat you for Christmas.
Christmas?
Oh no, whatever holiday they.
There is no
have.
Christmas here.
Hogsmeade.
It's called givings, though.
Okay, giving. Yeah,
Givings.
yeah.
There is
Oh,
a tradition where you, it's always usually outside of the city, where people go from one homestead or a farm and visits the other neighboring farm, and they share food together. That's basically what it is.
No, then he says, "I'm gonna eat you for givings," and he kind of sticks out his tongue at her. But then he turns his attention towards Thelma. Yeah, Thelma. We can do any job you got. We can do it, but we get to keep a little bit of what we do, or what we get.
Yeah, you get to
Appreciation
feed
time.
your stomachs and get to sleep in beds and all of that. Yeah.
I go lean towards Tosha's ear, and I tell him that Kayla. The problem with Kayla
he sighs and kind of wipes his ear off.
Take care
And
of it. We need to take care of it.
no, we don't need to take care of it because they don't. How if he give them her that if she gives them our names, what the hell is that gonna do? Are they gonna round up all the kids in the whole city?
No.
As long as
But-
we're here, no one can touch us,
But
right?
what was his name? The big dude with the armor.
Well, if he tries
Guard.
it,
Harley.
Harley,
then
yeah.
then we'll take care of him instead. That's much easier.
Isn't better to take Kayla?
Now, because why would that be? If she's talked, she's already talked, right?
Yeah, but the
She's been there all day.
Grin looks towards Thelma,
Mhm.
a little bit sneaky, and then he turns towards Tosher. They say family. If we be part of their family, they may solve it for us.
Thelma stands up and just walks away with the the guy who was called Gray, and they walk upstairs actually. So it seems like they are. Yes, there is a staircase here that goes upwards, and they disappear
know.
up there.
I don't know what I thought that was.
Yeah, I don't
well-
either.
Tasha kind of sighs and he glares after the adults when they walk away. But then he kind of kicks the table so that he ends up standing up, and the chair kind of slams into the wall. And then he glares up at Grin. Well, if you're so fucking worried about everything, I'm gonna go fix it now, okay? And he puts his shiv back in his belt and kind of puts his coat a little firmer around him. I'm gonna go take care of that fucking annoying guard ass donkey man. And he does a overly dramatic turn and starts heading towards the kitchen doorway thing.
Oh, into here.
Nice knowing you,
No,
Tosher.
this way.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You do.
Hmm?
Do you guys?
Anyway, once he gets to the door, he kind of turns around again. Family doesn't mean shit if you can't take care of yourself first. And he kind of points his finger towards the other two.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything if you're dead either.
Lana, by now you feel, you feel it. Yeah, you ate a lot. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Are you feeling well?
I don't feel so good.
What? You ate a lot.
I'm tired. I feel like I need a nap.
Then we should put you to bed.
The rat is lying next to the.
I'm gonna
gravy,
fall
just
asleep
like,
right here.
Grabs
Near
a
the
gravy bowl and goes to bed.
Are you gonna fall asleep here?
Just like pulls up a chair.
Oh. Oh.
Let me know when we're going to Tosher's funeral.
I will let you know. Memorial.
They don't have funerals.
I
Sorry.
walk to the beds. Look if all the beds are. Look if the beds are full or if they are still empty.
Most of them
I
are
t-
still empty. Yeah.
I take a blanket, roll it up, walked back to Lana and put it over her when she's sleeping, and then I'm going to look where Tosha went.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so you put put that on over on Lana and yeah, cover her up a little bit so she looks like a snug little caterpillar, basically. Drooling.
Baby
caterpillar.
sushi.
Yes, a baby sushi.
Baby
Sushi, yeah.
Yeah, and you head off after Tosher, and by this time of day, there is a lot of activity, but you manage to see him and follow. You know, you manage to catch up to him.
I run so I'm behind him.
Okay.
So what's the
Yeah.
plan?
Oh, so now you're interested in the plan?
Yes?
No, we're gonna take care of the fucking guard, because he's the only one that knows us.
How? Okay. I'm with you.
And he
We don't have
Does-
we don't have the small ones with us, so that's good.
kind of glares up at him again out of the corner of his eye. But you know, you big and brawny isn't always that good either.
I'm not talking about you. You have a temper. A worse
Snorts.
temper than even the grown-ups have.
He kind of snorts, and he does that thing that like angry kids do when they're like kind of stomping and doing the exaggerated arm motion type thing, and he stomps down towards where
The courthouse.
yeah, exactly. Sorry, I lost my words.
Mm?
Where the guards usually like hang out, or where there usually are guards.
Where there usually are guards. Let's see.
Probably, seeing as the day just ended, they probably should hang out around the
Yeah, around the square.
yeah, exactly that.
Yeah. They are. And that is where the district court lies as well. So it's really close by those buildings, and well, yeah, you see a couple of black and blue dressed up guards. Most of them, yeah, they are like 2 and 3 people together, so it's not one marching by themselves.
Yeah.
And they're just keeping an eye on they're actually, some of them are helping helping a little bit of struggling merchants, older merchants who are, packing away their belongings into their carts and closing shop. So they're actually helping out some of them.
Once they get close to close enough to see this at the market, Tasha he slinks into the shadows a bit, trying to be more. Now he's actively trying to be sneaky
Okay.
and not be seen, and he starts looking for. I can't remember his name.
Harley.
Harley, that's it. I was gonna say Yamaha, but that was wrong.
You can be named Harley.
Yeah.
You just don't have to have the Davidson afterward. Yeah, you roll me a stealth check. And yes, Ian, you're right. As soon as you leave for 2 seconds, these guys are gonna get rid of some guards. You're welcome.
We're gonna kill them all. Let's see here. I'm just
You are
gonna.
gonna die.
Nope.
Fine.
Not. Well, maybe. I think that's a 0, isn't it? It is 0.
Yeah.
Is it average?
Ooh, a roll.
An
I
average.
think that's our first roll on stream.
I
Yeah,
did
don't
one
think.
before.
Yeah, I don't think it shows
Oh, you did?
though. The
Oh, the dice don't show up on stream?
no, I don't think.
Yeah, it did. I just saw it.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
yay!
Whoop.
Yeah.
Progress.
Okay, you try to sneak and stealth. It's pretty difficult because there are a lot of people moving around and bumping into you. So it's kind of like setting your resetting all of your attempts. And yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
trying to sneak either,
Yeah.
because I know I'm too big to be sneaking as a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Sneaking behind him. I'm just walking a little bit slowly. What are you doing?
Well, he stops and does the exasperated sigh thing and turns towards Grin. What do you think I'm doing? We're trying to find the fucking guard. No, that Harley son of a bitch.
Okay. I
What?
try to hide also. Sneak and hide also.
Okay, yeah. Make me a stealth roll. Lana, why
Oh,
are
no.
you not
He-
here?
He's just gonna fall over.
Maybe my
barrel or
rat is
something.
gonna bite me and wake me up.
Wow.
Oh wow!
Why'd you bite me?
That is very horrible.
Like I said, he's gonna fall over a barrel or something and
you
draw.
you start you start being like, I'm gonna sneak, and you one of your shoelaces is undone, so and yeah, so you step on it and then you just bonk right into the dirt road. Yeah. And you feel the dust in your mouth, and it's not nice.
And your nice new purple shirt is gonna be all dirty.
Yeah, it's gonna be red.
I and I move myself upwards. And I try to hide myself a little bit. Hide.
Yeah.
But everyone's looking at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some people that are not paying attention at all. It's kind of like in Sweden, you know, you're like, oh, I did not see anything. I'm not even gonna ask if this person is okay. But there are some that are just looking at you, over at you, and just making sure that, are you okay, kind of thing. But then they move on a little bit.
They
that
notice
is very
that
Swedish.
it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. As you guys get up and, or, you know, look around, you see Harley standing next to two other guards, and they are standing outside of the district court, talking to each other, and looking over the square as well.
Oh, interesting. Really interesting. Oh, sure.
Tasha kind of he like leans up toward against a pole or a wall or something. He just hides his hands, his face in his hands. Like, you really don't know how to not draw all the attention towards yourself, don't you?
What do you mean?
Don't
I
try
think
to.
I think it went excellent.
Mm.
I'm a little bit dirty. You could have asked me how did it go, but no.
Or you could have just walked like a normal person and no one would have seen you.
You could also do that.
No, because I'm a sneaky little bastard that everyone hates.
I don't.
You're
hate
just you're just a big broody mutt of a dog that people want to pet on the head.
And I don't hate you. I think you're mean, but I like your meanness somehow.
Kind of snorts again, then points up towards the courthouse where Harley and his friends are.
I'm gonna actually give both of you some inspiration, which means that you can add a +1 to your next roll, because I think that that was really it was beautiful and horrible at the same time, and I enjoyed it. So
Beautiful and horrible at the same time.
yes, it's my sweet spot. Yay! Yay! Bless
Bless you, Tosher.
Thank you. He points up towards Harley and the other guards. So, Mr. Brilliant, do you have any suggestions with how we can get him alone?
What did I hear? Did I hear that you wanted suggestions from me? Do I have a brain now?
Well, even a blind chicken will fall into a sewer sometime.
But yeah.
This is so weird.
It's so mean.
It takes a while for Grin to understand what the meaning is with that sentence. No, I don't have any good ideas. He's quite big.
Yeah, well, the bigger they are, the further they have to fall.
So, is it you're so sneaky, as you say you are? Why don't you do the stabby you wanted to do with the bearded guy and the...
Because he has two friends next to him, and they'll see me, and they'll hit me over the head with clubs.
Oh yeah.
That's why we need him alone.
So, a distraction.
I have to decide if I'm gonna do something mean.
Okay. As you do, Grin, you hear just a little Grin. Was it?
Yes?
You look over your shoulder, and he is basically the same height as you, because this guy is really well. He's not super old, but he is kind of old. Do what you want with that information.
Older? Or...
Older, yeah. He's hunched over, so he has been working a lot with his physical labor, and he has a dark gray robe over his shoulders, and that falls down to the ground, and underneath you see some other gray robes, but they're a little bit lighter, and you see his dark mustache and goatee, and also his retreating hairline that reveals his brown big forehead. That's yeah, so he's balding and stuff like that. Oh, Zelda, what did you do?
I was trying to post the clip.
Oh, you posted a clip.
I put it in the server,
Yeah, do that.
which you should join the Discord. Hey.
Alright, let's see. I think the shame. There we go. I am shaming the robot. Okay. This guy is a so-called guide of Stonelake, and his name is Berkeley.
Oh, there
No,
were like the
Berkey.
priests.
Berkey.
Yeah.
Yes,
thingy?
this is a priest. But they're not called priests. They are called guides. So they are the guides of the souls that wander the earth, basically. So he guides the souls towards the wanderer. And yeah, this guy has been looking out for you. He's kind of nice. I don't know what your opinion of him really is, but he has helped you out sometimes and given you shelter and food at times as well. But he is not really a lot taller than you, maybe a little bit, but yeah. And he just, I thought it was you.
Bless the wanderer, Berkeley.
So
So
Sorry.
what are you doing here? In the middle of everything is closing. Shouldn't you be your old back be on your way to the?
to the
What you
halls.
do?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just looking around because we do actually have a bed for the night.
Oh,
Yeah. So I thought I would, offer it up to somebody I've seen sometimes here, and I ran into you.
well, that would be really interesting. But I have already have a bed for tonight.
Oh,
You-
sweet child, you.
Tasha kind of elbows Grin in the kidneys
Ow!
really hard.
Ow!
Don't talk
What
to
is it?
him.
I'm sorry. Who are you? He looks
It's a
at you very kindly. Tasha.
I take my hand on Tosher's face and then pushes him away. Like, he's nothing. You don't need to know him.
Well, sweet.
He's a friend.
Of
You
course, and
can-
he is welcome to sleep as well in the halls. We do have a couple of beds open for tonight. And you do not have to shy away with, a rooftop is not a proper place to sleep, Grin.
Tasha kind of stands there with his mouth up. You told him about rooftop. He takes a quick step forward and stomps on Grin's foot. I told you not to stop.
No, please.
I didn't tell him about the rooftop.
Well, how the fuck does he
You
know
just
about the
did.
rooftop?
You just did it.
Please
Ow.
calm down.
And you shut up, old man. He points his finger at him.
He's a mean little boy, but he means well. Berkeley.
He does not.
He hasn't. He hasn't found the way with the wanderer
Oh,
yet. Ow.
I realize this.
Well, a small idea starts to form in Tasha's head. He looks over towards where the courthouse where Harley is,
Mm-hmm.
and he tries to make himself as loud and conspicuous as possible this time, so that Harley will see him
Okay.
and hopefully come over and try to do his talkie thing. So he kind of like half screams towards the guide. Well, screw the Wanderer. He's never done shit for nobody.
Now,
Sure.
now.
He does
Respect the man.
this world's variant of the middle finger, but I don't know what that is. The rude gesture.
Yeah, I haven't figured out that part exactly yet, but yeah, it would be something like the whole hand or something like that. The back of the hand, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. He does that with both hands towards him,
Um,
and like trying to
Yeah.
sway and be as big as possible so that he draws some attention.
upside down middle finger.
I, I,
Or maybe like devil horns
I-
because of the what are they called? The
The
beast.
but he doesn't have horns. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Grin just puts his hand on Tosher and then puts it on Buckley, and then
Berkey. Yeah.
Berkeley is there just
Buckley.
Berkeley, and just stop it, Tosher.
And you shut up too.
Grin,
Get
have
rid-
you considered not associating yourself with somebody so close to a shadow walker as your friend?
Oh yeah, yes, because I don't talk like you and buy into all your fucking lies. Then I'm a fucking shadow walker, huh? Is that how it is? So I just have to take your word for everything.
Tosher, stop it, and I take Buckley with me, and then take a few steps or meters away
he
from
follows you very willingly.
him. A shadow walker needs to be guided sometimes
Of course they
to
do.
find to find the wanderer. That's my purpose.
And that is why I asked you in particular, because, well, I do have a special place in my heart for you, of course.
Creepy.
You do not hear that, Tosher. And you look over and you see that Harley is, nah. He's still talking to the other guards.
Fuck's sake. He kind of like stomps in the ground, angry at everything now because his plan didn't work, and this guy kind of made him angry for real. So yes, he tries to look for some place to perch or sit on, so that he can keep an eye on Harley when and if he walks away, and if he walks away alone.
Okay, yeah. You sit down on a bench. There are some benches in the area of Clay Square. So yes.
I will say, Tosher, I yell at him. I'm going to our bed place. I'm going to take a walk with Buckley.
He does the hand gesture thing towards them, and he sticks his tongue out.
Hi, Tails. Or Tavern.
And then I just follow him, or walk back towards Lana and Nomi.
Okay, yeah. Do you leave the guide just standing there?
No, I'm taking with him.
You're taking.
Oh, yeah. He is going to walk a little bit with you,
Yeah.
and then he's going to. So are we? Do you need a place to sleep?
No, not tonight. I've really found a bed this time. Look,
You
and I
have.
take a lot of bread, and you see a lot of like hand-filled bread loaves and a little bit food, free food. And you see the grin is like he's happy, and the
Yeah.
misfigured teeth or
Yeah.
cheek, the teeth is just smiling. And rooftop. Not we are sleeping on the rooftop. We're sleeping under the rooftop. In beds.
That makes me very happy to hear. Where is this? If I may ask.
Somehow, somewhere near the, a little bit further away here. We don't need to go into details. But
Of course. Just be careful.
yeah, but I found a few friends that I really like. He is a little bit lost in the ways.
Yes, of
Lost
course.
That
in
you
the
have-
head.
I have faith in you.
Yeah. I'm so close to the beast sometimes, but I have your words in my mind. Every day.
Of course. Of course.
Eh,
I'm
but-
happy.
See you. See you next time.
Like I said, just be careful of certain people. I'm not talking about shadow walkers or people who may be a little bit tempting. Mm.
You
Well.
have a particular name?
Well, do you?
Description?
Well, there are certain rumors going around that there are some people trying to lure kids into working for them. I don't understand the details entirely, but I've heard some rumors that it has not always ended well. But I just advise caution, that is all I'm doing. And you know that although we cannot provide you with a steady, bed and food all the time, we absolutely do this without any strings attached. I just want you to think about that. That is all.
I will see you at the halls when I need,
Of course.
when
You're
I
always welcome.
really need it.
Yes, you're always welcome to.
May the wonder find your path, and I just walk.
Yeah. And he
Start-
returns.
And I return to Lana and Nomi.
Okay. Meanwhile, Lana, could you roll me a notice check? And you
Oh
get
boy.
to add the +1.
Where?
Stab! No, I'm just kidding.
Notice. Here we go.
Ooh!
Oh, whoops. I did it twice.
Oh, yeah. So we'll take the 3 plus 1, so 4.
All right.
My
you
math is
got it.
great.
Yes,
3
my
plus
math
1 is
problem.
5. You heard it here. You're welcome. Yes, I wouldn't say you wake up entirely, but you do notice that you are being moved. Somebody is cradling you, taking you in their arms and moving you a little bit, and you feel the really you feel the warmth from this person's chest, and after a while you just feel how you get placed down on a bed, and the little blanket that Grin placed around you follows soon and just covers you up, and your little buddy rat friend just snuggles up to you again, and around right by the base of your neck, and just chilling like that. So you're sleeping inside of the like that. So you're sleeping inside of the room, the bedroom.
Just
Or
like
bed.
pull the covers over and like roll over.
Yes. So that is what happens, and you notice that yes, it was Thelma doing the lifting and
Ah.
putting you in the bed.
Nah.
All right, and Tosher,
Yay!
how long are you gonna sit there? Infinity.
Well, yes. Well, at least until nightfall. Till everything's dark and most of the people has left the yard. I was gonna say, but the square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. or it does. It empties with people, and after a while, they spot you because it's not that many people left. One of the guards left, so there are only two of them standing there, and Harley sees you, and he looks at you, and yeah, just notices that you are sitting there.
He looks up towards Harley and takes out a piece of bread that he had stole in his pocket, nibbles on it, and then like semi-theatrically swings his legs down from the bench and dramatically walks around a corner so he comes into a sort of alleyway or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there he tries to find either a good hiding spot or a place so that he can get up high.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, let's see what we will say in that case. I will say, perhaps you should roll me a, yeah. Let's see.
A something.
Yes. I think I will say athletics,
Uh,
and it's a +1.
oh, and I have a +1.
Yes, because of my inspiration.
Oh yeah, right. So I get it.
So 0.
I always roll zeros.
Yes.
The other die roller we used last time was much nicer to me.
Oh.
Ah,
Remember also that sometimes you guys have something called stunts, which is the super move or superpower move, basically, that your character has, that you can invoke and say that I want to use this now in this manner. But I know that he doesn't have for this specific thing,
Yeah.
but yeah, just saying. Anywho, you find a spot, but it's not that high up. It's basically just a stupränna. What's that called?
Gutter.
A gutter, yeah. And you manage to climb up, so you're just above the first floor, basically.
Yeah. Ooh, sorry. And he kind of waits there for a while, hoping that Harley's both curiosity and like pathological need to be the good guy will make him go after him into the alley.
Yeah, time passes. It's getting really boring. It's getting a little bit chilly kind of in the air because the sun is definitely setting. He does appear, but he just, what he does is that you see him from where you are, walking across the square and talking to his
Colleague.
colleague. Thank you. And they stand there for a while again, and they talk. And after a while, the other fellow leaves, and you see that Harley is just pointing upwards to where you were, or where you were last seen. And then they part ways, and he starts walking very carefully, well, towards where you went. Yeah.
While he sits in his little perchy hidey spot and tries to he spends this time that it takes for him to walk over to try to figure out a good like escape route. So to how he can as quickly as possible get out of here and hopefully not be seen too much.
Yeah, you got to see that roll. So I would say roll me a stealth check in here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I have to. I keep minimizing my character sheets. I have to open it every time.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
0. Yeah. So
Yes.
it's basically a tie.
Yeah.
He is very careful. He knows that you have some anger issues. So he walks down the street a little bit carefully and just draws a deep breath, and further down the road you there are some some people that are working on what's it called, lighting the torches on some of the buildings sides.
Yeah. Can I roll a notice check to see if if Tasha is aware of anyone else watching them, or like you get my drift.
Sure.
I'm
You
just
can do
I'm
that.
just
Yes,
I'm just losing my words.
that's okay. I'm
And I got a
2.
yay!
Yeah.
I got a +2.
Yeah, this street is very quiet.
Hmm.
So it's just the guys up further up ahead. It's about two blocks upwards.
Yeah. Okay.
Tosher.
He sits there quiet, and he's taking out, so he has a shiv in each hand, and he sits there like a very menacing, mangy cat. Trying to he waits for the opportune moment, so to speak, when when Mr. Helpful is more or less straight under him,
Okay.
or at least within like jumping distance.
Yep. Yes, he is pretty close.
No one ever said Tasha was a smart boy. He's just a mean boy.
He says he's a smart boy.
Yes. He thinks he's the smartest one ever.
Yes. I is the
This-
smart
this-
brat.
This is probably not the smartest move that he'll ever make in his life, but
No.
still.
Of course not. I think that this is a perfect place to actually just have a quick break.
Yay.
So we will be back with the continuation and see if this little guy gets his ass kicked or if he kicks some ass.
Gonna get his butt whooped.
Might happen. Who knows? We don't know. We're gonna see. So stay tuned and we will be right back. Bye.
The report did to lessen his morning mood. Anthony shook his head and let the crispy cooked bacon slide off the fork and back into the creamy sauce that decorated the porcelain plate. The smell of burnt ham mixed with the ashen one coming from the sergeant's attire put an end to his appetite. Arson? In Stonelake? Anthony questioned Sergeant Blake, knowing fully well that the question would lead nowhere. Yes, sir. Over at Mag's. Mag. She's a sweet lady. Why would anyone? Anthony pulled back his chair and leaned his elbows on his knees. Who's stupid enough to commit arson? Are you certain it wasn't an accident? Blake took up on Anthony's earlier invitation to sit down before explaining further. Big sacs under his eyes puffed up his already rounded features. Sir, I asked her after the fire, and she swears there was no danger of a fire downstairs, especially not in the storage. She noticed some sounds, but she figured it was a cat. Turns out someone stole from her as well. At least no one got hurt, am I right? Sure, she lost most of her shop, but you quelled the fire, which is a noble and dignified accomplishment, Sergeant. Blake blew out his cheeks, frustrated before continuing. Actually, a young girl showed up at the granite slab with a pretty nasty head wound. Claimed she had been sent to start a fight with a group of children over at the Ancestor Square. And that connects to the arson how? She headed over to the butcher's, and in her words, the gang followed her there. She just remembers running over there and getting beaten up. Anthony hid his face in the palms of his sweaty hands. The sun had barely risen outside the encampment. I really cannot deal with this now. Do you know how good we've looked the last few months compared to Riversbrook, Bayside, and Keelhart? For once, I haven't been asked to give detailed information on conspiracies and back alleys. A couple of stupid children isn't noteworthy, but put fire in the fray. Sir, I do not believe this will change our results. And that is why you are a sergeant and I am the captain. I don't want a crimson white anywhere near Stonelake. Anthony jolted from his seat, nearly toppling it over to stride to the small window overlooking the district he loved and protected. Clusters of red houses basked in the day's light. To be fair, it wasn't a fully developed fire, sir. The sergeant's naivete was palpable. Not only did it conflict with every part of his being, but the Crown would replace Anthony within a fortnight. Arson is arson, especially in Stonelake, said Anthony. The last couple of years should have reminded them of the judge's less-than-kind punishments. But a bit of repetition could help. Take the girl and the group of children she bickered with to the district court and have them deal with it. Sir, I doubt they were solely responsible for... Since they may carry answers, you should question their stories. Putting them in the care of the Crown may loosen their tongues. Now, go. If the sergeant bowed or offered any sort of courtesy, Anthony did not care. He had worked too long and sacrificed enough to get where he was. He was not about to throw it away on a couple of disobeying runts. Not when the watchful eyes of the hawk studied him. A sigh left the captain, disclosing to the sergeant of the room what the report did to lessen his morning mood. Anthony shook his head and let the crispy cooked bacon slide off the fork and back into the creamy sauce that decorated the porcelain plate. The smell of burnt ham, mixed with the ashen one coming from the sergeant's attire, put an end to his appetite. Arson? In Stonelake? Anthony questioned Sergeant Blake, knowing fully well that the question would lead nowhere. Yes, sir. Over at Mag's. Mag. She's a sweet lady. Why would anyone... Anthony pulled back his chair and leaned his elbows on his knees. Who's stupid enough to commit arson? Are you certain it wasn't an accident? Blake took up on Anthony's earlier invitation to sit down before explaining further. Big sacs under his eyes puffed up his already rounded features. Sir, I asked her after the fire, and she swears there was no danger of a fire downstairs, especially not in the storage. She noticed some sounds, but she figured it was a cat. Turns out someone stole from her as well. At least no one got hurt, am I right? Sure, she lost most of her shop, but you quelled the fire, which is a noble and dignified accomplishment, Sergeant. Blake blew out his cheeks, frustrated before continuing. Actually, a young girl showed up at the granite slab with a pretty nasty head wound. Claimed she had been sent to start a fight with a group of children over at the Ancestor Square. And that connects to the arson how? She headed over to the butcher's, and in her words, the gang followed her there. She just remembers running over there and getting beaten up. Anthony hid his face in the palms of his sweaty hands. The sun had barely risen outside the encampment. I really cannot deal with this now. Do you know how good we've looked the last few months compared to Riversbrook, Bayside, and Keelhart? For once, I haven't been asked to give detailed information on conspiracies and back alleys. A couple of stupid children isn't noteworthy, but put fire in the fray. Sir, I do not believe this will change our results. And that is why you are a sergeant and I am the captain. I don't want a crimson white anywhere near Stonelake. Anthony jolted from his seat, nearly toppling it over to stride to the small window overlooking the district he loved and protected. Clusters of red houses basked in the day's light. To be fair, it wasn't a fully developed fire, sir. The sergeant's naivete was palpable. Not only did it conflict with every part of his being, but the crown would replace Anthony within a fortnight. Arson is arson, especially in Stonelake, said Anthony. The last couple of years should have reminded them of the judge's less-than-kind punishments. But a bit of repetition could help. Take the girl and the group of children she bickered with to the district court and have them deal with it. Sir, I doubt they were solely responsible for... Since they may carry answers, you should question their stories. Putting them in the care of the crown may loosen their tongues. Now, go. If the sergeant bowed or offered any sort of courtesy, Anthony did not care. He had worked too long and sacrificed enough to get where he was. He was not about to throw it away on a couple of disobeying runts. Not when the watchful eyes of the hawk studied him. A sigh left the captain, disclosing to the sergeant of the room what the report did to lessen his morning mood. Anthony shook his head and let the crispy cooked bacon slide off the fork and back into the creamy sauce that decorated the porcelain plate. The smell of burnt ham, mixed with the ashen one coming from the sergeant's attire, put an end to his appetite. Arson? In Stonelake? Anthony questioned Sergeant Blake, knowing fully well that the question would lead nowhere. Yes, sir. Over at Mag's. Mag. She's a sweet lady. Why would anyone... Anthony pulled back his chair and leaned his elbows on his knees. Who's stupid enough to commit arson? Are you certain it wasn't an accident? Blake took up on Anthony's earlier invitation to sit down before explaining further. Big sacs under his eyes puffed up his already rounded features. Sir, I asked her after the fire, and she swears there was no danger of a fire downstairs, especially not in the storage. She noticed some sounds, but she figured it was a cat. Turns out someone stole from her as well. At least no one got hurt, am I right? Sure, she lost most of her shop, but you quelled the fire, which is a noble and dignified accomplishment, Sergeant. Blake blew out his cheeks, frustrated before continuing. Actually, a young girl showed up at the granite slab with a pretty nasty head wound. Claimed she had been sent to start a fight with a group of children over at the Ancestor Square. And that connects to the arson how? She headed over to the butcher's, and in her words, the gang followed her there. She just remembers running over there and getting beaten up. Anthony hid his face in the palms of his sweaty hands. The sun had barely risen outside the encampment. I really cannot deal with this now. Do you know how good we've looked the last few months compared to Riversbrook, Bayside, and Keelhart? For once, I haven't been asked to give detailed information on conspiracies and back alleys. A couple of stupid children isn't noteworthy, but put fire in the fray. Sir, I do not believe this will change our results. And that is why you are a sergeant and I am the captain. I don't want a crimson white anywhere near Stonelake. Anthony jolted from his seat, nearly toppling it over to stride to the small window overlooking the district he loved and protected. Clusters of red houses basked in the day's light. To be fair, it wasn't a fully developed fire, sir. The sergeant's naivete was palpable. Not only did it conflict with every part of his being, but the crown would replace Anthony within a fortnight. Arson is arson, especially in Stonelake, said Anthony. The last couple of years should have reminded them of the judge's less-than-kind punishments. But a bit of repetition could help. Take the girl and the group of children she bickered with to the district court and have them deal with it. Sir, I doubt they were solely responsible for... Since they may carry answers, you should question their stories. Putting them in the care of the crown may loosen their tongues. Now, go. If the sergeant bowed or offered any sort of courtesy, Anthony did not care. He had worked too long and sacrificed enough to get where he was. He was not about to throw it away on a couple of disobeying runts. Not when the watchful eyes of the hawk studied him. A sigh left the captain, disclosing to the sergeant of the room what the report did to lessen his morning mood. Anthony shook his head and let the crispy cooked bacon slide off the fork and back into the creamy sauce that decorated the porcelain plate. The smell of burnt ham mixed with the ashen one coming from the sergeant's attire put an end to his appetite. Arson? In Stonelake? Anthony questioned Sergeant Blake, knowing fully well that the question would lead nowhere. Yes, sir. Over at Mag's. Mag. She's a sweet lady. Why would anyone? Anthony pulled back his chair and leaned his elbows on his knees. Who's stupid enough to commit arson? Are you certain it wasn't an accident? Blake took up on Anthony's earlier invitation to sit down before explaining further. Big sacs under his eyes puffed up his already rounded features. Sir, I asked her after the fire, and she swears there was no danger of a fire downstairs, especially not in the storage. She noticed some sounds, but she figured it was a cat. Turns out someone stole from her as well. At least no one got hurt, am I right? Sure, she lost most of her shop, but you quelled the fire, which is a noble and dignified accomplishment, Sergeant.
I don't know how this works. Hello, everybody. I don't know if I was streaming that, but whatevs. Yeah, so we're gonna see what the hell is going to happen. So yes, Tosher,
Yay!
you are right above Harley.
I have to find my
What do you
character
want?
sheet again. Give me 1 second. I forgot that I have to. I'm up for crying out loud.
Oh,
And I'm just looking at my stunts, but they're not applicable at the moment. But he, as stealthily as he can, he'll do the whole the whole predator thing
Yep.
and try to like drop on him from above and behind.
Yep.
And while he jumps, he'll try to impale is a good word the two glass shivs
Oh my
on
gosh.
either side of his neck, so that he aims for the neck and not the shoulders.
Yep.
Because the shoulders has armor on them, the
Yep.
neck doesn't.
No, that is very true. That is very, very true. All right, so I will need you to make me the first fight attack.
Fight roll.
Fight roll. Thank you. Holy fuck.
Woohoo! Actually got a
Okay.
decent roll. I got a fair, a +3.
Oh no, I pressed the wrong one. So that is not the one I should use. Notice,
the button.
however. Yup. All right. Yeah. So physical stress. Holy
Moly.
banana. So that is a shift of 2, which means that he was not prepared for this particular attack.
As I'm the ninja.
Yeah, well, he didn't expect you to attack him. So in my way, so how this works is this is Fate, so we're playing a different system than D&D. So you don't have AC like you would in different systems. You have basic like skills and stuff like that, and right now I rolled against Tobias's roll, which was he got a, what did you get?
+2, I think.
+2, yeah, to his fight attack. So when he
No, +3.
+3, yeah. So
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
he goes down, he has that +3, while my NPC had a roll of notice, like, you know, notice that something's happening, of 1, which means that there is a shift of 2 points. And what that could entail a lot of different stuff, but because this is something he wants to hurt this individual, then it comes down to physical stress, which is something that you have boxes for on the character sheet. So since it is a lot of it's 2 shifts, so 2 damage basically. He just has 2 boxes to fill, and so he is rattled. He's not unconscious or anything, but if you attack him again and you succeed, he's going to have a lingering
And have a bad day.
oh yeah. So okay, so Tosher, you jump out of the shadows and just fling yourself just down on this Crown's Guard or city patrol man, and you manage to cut into the base of his neck, but you don't get it all the way down. It's just one side, but you manage to scrape off. But yeah, but he's hurting. Yes, and okay. I would
Did I ruin
say
your day?
No, you're not ruining my day. No.
Ruined his day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his day, yes, and his wife's day, but that's not.
I don't.
Spoiler alert.
I don't know that he has a wife
No,
because
you
he's a tool of the state. They
Yes,
don't
he
have
is.
lives.
Okay, yes, no,
That's-
that is true.
Oh man.
Fuck.
That is something for tomorrow's Tosher to
Yes.
contemplate.
Yes, very true. So, so I will say that you have the jump on him, so he will definitely trying to figure out what the hell is going on right now. So, if you want to, you can make an second attack.
Yeah, just to describe what he's doing.
Yes.
Since he landed behind him, he tries to stay behind him, as to hopefully not be seen if he doesn't pull this off.
Mm.
And he, seeing as he's 4 feet tall, he ducks down and tries to stab upwards with one of the shivs, hopefully hitting around kidney-ish area, with the aim of stabbing and then breaking off the shiv, thus leaving the shattered glass in the wound.
Which is from the back, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And
Roll
I
me
have
a
to
fight.
fight. Oh, +4.
Okay. Oh God. Okay.
What the
I'm
helvetes jävla
Oh.
skit vad du håller på.
All right. Yeah. This means so Tosher rolled a 4 on his attack,
Oh,
and Harley rolled. He actually got to do a fight roll, but it was with minus stat because he is rattled and all of that, and he is with his back towards Tosher. So he rolled a 0 and detract another one. That's -1. So that means it's a shift of 5. So do you want to create a opportunity or create an advantage of the situation, or do you just want him to take this as damage?
I can't really remember. How did you use advantage things?
Creating an advantage is giving yourself something that you can exploit later, which could be basically, okay, I want to create an advantage by grabbing a hold of this stick that is right beside me, and I want to whack him on the head and make him disoriented, for instance. That
Okay.
is-
Oh.
yeah. So that is creating
That's
a
cool.
aspect. But you can also just put it down into physical stuff.
Oh, I think seeing as his goal is to more or less
Survive.
kill this guy. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
survive is,
Yeah.
is
Oh,
the other goal. But
I meant
to,
Harley.
yeah, no, yeah. No. I think I'll put it down. Either in damage or if I should have him. Nah, I'll put it down to in damage. No, sorry.
No?
I changed my mind.
Okay.
Seeing as he's from behind and he stabbed him pretty good in the kidney.
Yeah, he managed to do exactly that.
Yeah. He if this I understand this correctly, if we can make him like sort of double over on his knees
Yep.
from the
Oh yeah. He
the,
will.
the pain and shock of it.
Yep.
So and he puts his left hand on his back and kind of pushes him forward, so he has even less of a chance to actually turn around.
Yep.
To spot him and see what's happening.
Yep.
And then he kind of spins around towards the side and grabs one of the last of him to be ready to stab him in the neck again.
Yep. You come up behind, just like you said. Manage to you hear a sickening, well, for most people, a sickening pop as it just pushes through a bit of padding. There is a little bit of padding, so you do actually need to really like push it into the back of him, and you just hear like you don't hear a dramatic scream or anything like that. You just hear like the breath leaving him in shock and all of that, and he falls down to his knees and just tries to grab at both of the points of entry, and he's trying to protect himself, and yeah, that's so your turn.
Let's see, I closed my character
Why
sheet
are you
again.
doing that?
I don't know. Just I have an allergic reaction to open windows. Well, as he's standing behind him a little bit on the side now, he'll try to go in for a finishing move, and stabs with the last shiv he has towards like the front side of his neck, towards his windpipe.
Yep.
And tries to go for the kill. Go for the ice, boo. Go for the ice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Oh my god. How do you
Woohoo!
wanna do it?
And 2-3. How is that? That is a plus a hell of a lot. Plus 5.
Mark! Hi, Mark!
Woohoo!
Yay!
I just see. Marky boy.
Yay, Marky boy! Lucas, your dear former colleague, is killing a guard.
I'm just slaughtering a guard.
Yeah, how do you want to do it?
Oh boy.
This might deserve a slight trigger warning, but still.
Yeah. Trigger warning
Yeah.
for everybody. Yeah,
Uh,
thank you.
He still with his one hand towards on the back of Harley. He sidesteps once and stabs his shiv in right between the neck muscles and the windpipe.
Yep.
And instead of doing the classic Hollywood thing of pressing backwards, he pushes out,
Oh my god.
thus severing both the carotid artery and the windpipe,
Oh fuck.
so that he actually can't scream.
Oh yeah. No, he is
Hmm?
not making a sound. It is just gurgle
Mm.
as he
And he-
falls, just
Uh,
face forward into the ground and dies.
Yeah, he's a brutal little kid.
You
And
think?
if he wasn't damaged before, he surely is now.
It's the second time Grin doesn't see the actual happening.
I know, Mark, right? No way he is being creative. Sounds like experience. It's a little bit scary. But I think that Tobias might have this in his collective useless knowledge that he calls it. But I'm gonna assume as much.
My useless knowledge database.
Okay. Yep.
Once he's done that, he uses the hand that he had on his back to push him over.
Oh yeah.
So
He's already.
He falls flat.
Yep.
And now he works like frantically fast here. He drops the shiv.
Yep.
Kind of dives down onto Harley to do like a quick pat down on him.
Mm-hmm.
See if he has like anything noticeable on him, like a coin purse or
Thank
a
you.
weapon or something.
Rehug.
Rehug.
Got it? Rehug. But follow. Yeah. Yes. So you just pat him down.
Yeah, see, for any obvious good things to steal.
Yes. Okay. Well. To be honest, I don't have an inventory on him because I didn't think this would come quite as quickly. But definitely, he has. You feel a knife or a dagger. I would say dagger. Which is
he definitely grabs the dagger.
yeah, and it is in a shiv or no sheath. Yes, and as you pull out to just check the dagger, I assume you see that it is pretty fancy. It's not super fancy, but it's pretty good actually.
Is it a like government issue or
Yes.
is it a okay? Yeah.
Yes. And he
Hmm. That opens up so many possibilities.
and you find well, his uniform.
I
you have that.
don't care about that.
Okay. You would find a pouch with some keys. You don't know what the keys go.
No, but he'll definitely grab the keys.
Yes, and you would find a pouch with, let's see, 20 silver crowns.
A pouch with keys. No. Coin purse.
Mm.
With how much did you say was in it?
20 silver crowns.
Isn't that a kind of a lot?
Yes.
Oh.
It was his retirement plan.
But he had 2 days left to retirement.
Yes.
Aww.
He retired early.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Too soon. Too soon.
Yes, too soon, says the guy who killed him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then he doesn't do extremely thorough search, so he's kind of happy with that. Keys, coins, and a dagger. Oh, great. He takes that and he gives the newly unalived guard a little swift kick in the kidneys, and does a little curse. Yeah, starts running a retirement scam.
Holy shit.
And then he bolts off the opposite direction of the alleyway,
Yep.
and
Into the square.
no, the opposite way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not the way he came in, but the other way.
Oh, towards the candle. Candle.
Well,
Lighting
statues.
people. No.
now, the most inconspicuous way, put it like that.
Yeah. You do
Yeah.
it. Anyway.
Yeah,
Nobody
And
else
he-
knows this.
yeah, and he. Oh yeah, right now he stops and turns around and runs back, and remembers the piece of fabric that he bought or stole during the day.
Yeah, the yellow
Uh,
one, right?
No, the whatever color it was from that was kind of like the other gang's colors,
Yeah.
and he
Oh.
takes that out and rips a piece of it off with the knife, dips it in the mud and the blood, and then kind of squishes it into Harley's hand, so it looks like he grabbed it,
Okay.
and then he runs off again.
Yep.
What's Tosher's IQ?
Well, his EQ is really low, but
Oh gosh.
All right.
and then he does the long, exaggeratedly long way you're to
Huh?
head back.
Uh-huh.
He's
Meanwhile,
Hmm?
the door swings open, and you feel, Lana, you notice that there are a lot of more people nearby. There are several kids and some actually pretty old people nearby, and
What is pretty old?
pretty old. I'm talking like 30.
Okay,
Yeah, so
I'm pretty old then.
yeah, I am too. But you know, middle ages.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, middle ages. You know, they didn't really turn out to be like 80
True.
usually. I do have some of them, but not a lot. But yeah, so 30, 40-ish years, and they're sleeping or lying down in their beds too. And some of them are just going into the room right next to them and starting eating the food that you guys were eating. And yeah, Grin, you come into the room and you see that there is a lot of different kids, and after a while you see Lana lying in the bed. And the same is with Nomi. She is lying in one of the beds next to Lana.
I go towards the bed Lana sleeps.
Mhm.
Let's see here. I will place myself there, and I will place myself in between Lana and Nomi, and sit on the floor, leaning towards Nomi's bed and looking towards Lana, and just
Hanging out.
I don't know where Tosher is right now. So don't ask what happened.
You wake up, Lana.
Where's Tosher? What happened?
Oh,
Oh wait, you said don't ask that because I don't know. I'm so sleepy.
is your stomach okay?
I just need a nap.
Yeah, you ate a lot, so that was good. Is Nomi still
It was
sleeping?
so good.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's
Yep.
sleeping.
Sure is.
But I don't know what happened with Tosher. I met a fellow from the halls. I don't old fella, nice fella. Yeah. it made Tosher really, really pissed. I haven't seen him this pissed. You know he's mean, usually. But this was something else, Lana. And you see that the drool is coming from his cheek because he's a little bit like, oh damn, this is...
Oh.
He has some issues.
You think we need to go find him?
Nah, we let him be. We sit here, he will be here.
Oh, good, because I didn't want to.
No, he has already placed his meat hook or what it is over there, and I point towards the bed there where he
Yeah.
has.
You see it in the very
meat cleaver.
the flickering lights of the candles, and
There's a lot of people right now.
Well, I guess we don't have to worry about him anymore if he's dead.
You say so.
Eh.
She's a cold-hearted little one.
You're
Comes
starting
from-
to sound like Tosher sometimes.
I'm not as ambitious. I wouldn't get as far. But hopefully that means I won't die either.
True. I will sit here and wait until he comes home and see if comes home to this place.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, I will try
I
to
say
stay.
if he's not here by morning, we leave him.
Yeah, sounds
It's
like
a
great.
cold-hearted one.
But I mean, I will stay awake so you can sleep safety tonight. I try to stay awake.
You're not gonna sleep.
Now I don't trust these people at all.
Why not? They had food for us.
they got cookies.
Cookies?
Not tonight. No.
No.
No cookies tonight.
Oh.
I lean on
Juvenile
it.
Joker. That's a good one.
I will lean on towards the bed where Nomi sleep, and then I would just look upon all the people that are walking around and
Yeah.
going to bed and like that. Trying to pinch myself every time I feel a little bit sleepy.
Yeah, because it is kind of, it's really soothing. You do have this kind of atmosphere and feeling in the halls as well, so it is very soothing. But you pinch yourself, so you stay awake, and after quite some time, when this guy, or well, you look towards the window, it's just pitch black. The door swings open, and Tosher steps in, and he has some blood stains on him, I would say.
Yeah, the obvious ones, like on his face and hands, he probably tried to wash off.
Mm-hmm. But
But there's probably some splatter on his coat.
Yep.
And everything. And he probably has a really weird kind of grin on his face, kind of like a mixture of I'm gonna be sick and this was really fun and I'm an evil son of a bitch. But it's kind of hard to place.
Yep.
And
yeah, you see Grin
Yeah.
sitting there, and you see Lana.
See me waving my hand
look
and
at me,
doing
look
the
at me.
doing the gesture like, is it okay or bad?
Are you dying?
He does the same thing that he did when he first came in. You know, the exaggerated "I'm the biggest badass in the world" saunter. When
Lana,
he
I think he's proud of himself. I don't know why.
Oh no, that's never a good sign.
I know.
He walks over to walks past the bed where Grin and Lana is,
Mm-hmm.
and he takes out the coin purse that he had,
Mm-hmm.
seeing as Lana is their unofficial cashier, or
She
uh,
perks up.
and
What you got?
he like throws it on her bed, and then I'm going to sleep, and then he heads beelines towards his bed and flops down on the bed and pulls the covers over his head.
Mhm.
Because he's pretty fucking exhausted by this point. Uh,
You do that,
or-
and you hear a, "Hey!" as you lie right next to a kind of the same year, same your age and stuff,
Mm.
and just like,
Mm.
"Hey, you're the bastard that did."
That's just
tried to
my bed. Fuck off.
This is not your bed.
And, he,
Fuck
and
you.
he grabs the blanket
Yeah.
and rolls the other way so that he rolls himself into the blanket, and it so that it gets pulled off the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy tries to, because he is closest to the wall, he is going to try to use the wall as an anchor to try to kick you off the bed. So if you want to contest that, then
Yes.
you may.
Let's see here.
Um,
This could be a nasty pillow fight.
yeah.
pillow
A
fight!
bloody pillow fight.
Physique, I think it's
Yeah, I would say physique. Yeah, sure. I'm okay with
physics.
that. Shut up.
And,
Oh my
the
God.
the dice starts to like me
I
again.
hate you.
I got a +3.
Yeah, the dude tries to kick you off, but you manage because of the how the blanket is kind of like
Yeah.
under him as well, kind of.
Yeah.
You manage to hold on, so get the hell off my. What?
Tasha kind of half sits up, and he's ready to like pass out. He's so tired, but he glares at this other kid, and just opens up his coat a little bit where his brand spanking new guard dagger is. And fuck off, go to sleep or get out, and then he flops down again.
Question.
Can't hear you.
Do you
Can you hear me? What?
question
Oh no, Sarah.
me?
What? Yeah, did you say anything? I
Oh
couldn't
no,
hear you.
no, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
A
No, we
question.
can hear you.
Question.
Yeah. Question, yes.
Would you like to invoke your?
Oh, yeah,
aura?
right,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
would
forgot
say
about
now
those.
is a good
Yes.
time to do such. A
Yes,
thing.
I would do that. And
Yes.
let's see, which one of them should it be? It should be the Aura of Menace.
Yes.
Once per scene per target, you may spend a fate point to intimidate a target as a free action, no matter circumstances, immediately if between la la la. Yes, I would do
Yes.
that.
So then you roll. So when you do this, you roll. You can either add 2 to it, or you can re-roll the entire thing. So
Okay,
that's what happens with this.
And
Mhm.
that will be provoke, I think.
Yes. I would certainly say so.
Did something
So-
did I roll?
Yep.
I did a roll, yes.
Yes, so it's 4, and if you want to, you can add 2 to that, and that's 6.
Yeah, that's better than re-rolling anyway, so.
Yep.
Oh.
So, oh yeah. So 6. That is okay. So what happens now is that this determines if, like, the effect that Tosher may have on this kid.
The other
Because-
little kid.
Yeah, because there is a shift here as well. So he will create an aspect because of this that makes this individual terrified of this psychopath, basically. So this kid is going to have a aspect set, or a relationship aspect set towards Tosher, that he is terrified of this kid. So you see how this kid just goes pale, like ashen, and just barely doesn't seem to be able to, like, swallow even. It's like and just he just leaves without like thinking about the pillow or anything like that. No, he just backs off and just heads away from you as far as possible, not making a sound. So yeah.
That's kind of the reaction he wanted. Now his legacy will start to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll just put his head on the pillow and do the turtle thing with the blanket,
Okay.
and then he'll fall asleep, with his left hand holding the dagger that he stole.
Yep.
And
Grin and Lana, do you wanna do anything? Why are
She's
you
doing
doing this
turtle symbols?
Yeah, turtle. Why are you doing the turtle? Duty.
Because that's what Tosher said he was doing.
True.
the
Just in
turtle
bed,
moves.
like. Anyway. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't just see that kid go white. Just like hide under the cover. I'm glad he didn't try to scare me.
Can we see where the other kid
Oh, yeah,
went?
Yeah. This bed. On the far side of the other corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep. That was scaring him quite a lot.
I'm a badass.
I will stay awake, watching over, waiting for everybody going to bed, to sleep.
Alright.
I sit there and just trying to listen in to some conversations, to hear some rumors or something that sounds icky,
Icky.
troublesome. And
The nearby people sleeping in these beds and such, they some of them are a little bit older kids, so young adults basically, and you hear them talking like there is one that's talking about working at a with a seamstress on, well, kind of nearby, and yeah, she's just talking about like different kinds of garments and things that she gets to fix and stuff like that, and
Clothes.
yes, clothes. And there is another guy who is talking about cleaning in a nearby other kind of shop. You don't really know what kind of shop, but some shop where he's just cleaning and dusting and brooming, all of that. But you don't hear anything troubling. You do hear like people start going to bed and trying to get some shut-eye, and you hear that the three adults from earlier, they're kind of like sitting in the kitchen area and just drinking some sort of liquor, and yeah, they're just you just hear them mumbling. So doesn't really happen that much.
I use my stunt tireless
Oh,
Oh,
To,
you have a stunt for this.
to make me. I get 2+ on my physique, so I can endure some sleep deprivation or exhaustion.
okay.
So I'm making myself more tolerant to so I'm not going to bed, so I can just sit here
Mhm.
tolerantly and wait until they are in bed.
Yes. A couple of hours goes by, and you hear them mentioning like different kinds of contracts with merchants and things of that nature, and just hearing them talk about, some of them are talking about like, those guys up on that street and here and there, and it's just old people talk basically. And after a while
Old people.
they head upstairs, and it's quiet.
Everybody's sleeping?
Yeah.
Now Green does his work.
Oh,
We can
He-
steal all the food.
okay.
Damn you! Why you take my idea? No. First of all, I'll look into
Force
Lana
feed
and
Tosher.
first I go to Tosher
Mhm.
between all the beds,
Mhm.
He's snoring away.
snoring away.
Actually looking kind of peaceful.
I
For
try
one.
to get the knife away from him.
This is not gonna end well.
And I
Okay.
Oh gosh.
and I place it under his pillow, and then I take the blanket and places him a little bit more so smooth, so he's more calm.
Mhm.
Aw.
Then I go back to the guy that he scared
Yeah.
and do the same for him. So I make his pillow a little bit more fluffy and like put his blanket. And then I go back to the place where I sat, and I do the same for Nomi and Lana.
Oh.
And I sit.
Uh,
Then I go back and sleep with my head towards the
One of the
bed.
beds. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't go in a bed to sleep.
No.
I stay
Mhm.
between those two.
Oh. Okay.
You're a
What a
creepy
guy.
Mary Poppins, aren't you?
How the
Yeah.
fuck is he the creepy one? Shut up!
yeah, you're
Well,
one to talk.
he walks around like
You
touching
lost.
people in their
Oh
sleep.
no! You lost the ability to tell anybody else that he's creepy or she's creepy. You're the creepy one, sir.
I'm not creepy.
Yep.
I'm just.
Privileges revoked.
I think that is the best way to end this episode. Oh my god. All right.
There's fine.
Oh, but
This was interesting. Holy shit. So, Tosher just killed a royal guard in Stonelake, which is one
who was
of the...
trying to help us?
Yes.
No, he wasn't. He was gonna arrest us and put us into forced labor camps and thing. So I was totally justified in my actions.
Mm-hmm.
He's a part of the oppressive government.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna judge that because that's up to you guys. So
Next time,
Ow.
Tosha will do his recap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll see what it
Yes.
looks like for Tosher.
And
Yeah.
I have some ideas because I think definitely that I am going to write a some sort of short story from the other perspective as well here because oof,
Hmm?
things could get nasty. But they won't know it in character, so yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
true.
So, thank you everybody for staying in chat and being active in chat. You guys are amazing. We really appreciate you, all of you. You're super cool. I love it.
You will.
And if you're interested in learning more about the world, please just head on over to my webpage, which is silver and crimson.com. I can't send the .com part, but whatever. So just head on over there, and you get to enjoy a little bit more about the world. So yeah, I hope that is good. All right, so we are going to attack D&D comic. That's what I'm gonna
Yay!
command today. So yes, without further ado, or adieu, I don't know. Adieu? I don't know.
I do.
Okay. Yes, we're gonna
Aw.
head over to D&D comic. Whee! Babe,
Oh.
you and I have to talk. You have to save me. What the fuck is going on? He's killing my guards. No, this is amazing. So, comic. There we go.
F to the patriarchy.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. All right, yeah. So thank you everybody, and please check out our
Jeebus.
VODs from earlier, and we'll see you next time, next week. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. And we're off.
Oh, there.